Imagine waking up tomorrow with absolute mastery over your mind. Every word you speak is calculated. Every emotion you feel is entirely under your control. Every dollar you spend is purposeful, and every thought that crosses your mind serves a hidden purpose. Sounds impossible, right? In the year 65 AD, an old man sat in a warm bath and watched his own life slip away. He hadn't broken any laws, and he hadn't lost a war. He had simply received a direct order from his former student, the mad Emperor Nero, to end his own life. For over 10 years, this man had basically run the Roman Empire. He had managed massive political chaos and built a fortune worth billions of dollars in today's money. His name was Seneca. As his friends stood around the room crying and panicking, Seneca did something amazing. He didn't beg for mercy. He didn't curse the emperor. He looked at his friends, smiled calmly, and asked, "Where is all the philosophy you've been practicing for years? Did you really think life would always be easy?" Seneca understood a truth that most people today have completely forgotten. True power isn't about changing what happens around you. It's about being completely unshakable on the inside, no matter what happens. 2,000 years ago, the ancient Stoics proved this template works across the ultimate spectrum of life. At one end was a man named Epictetus. He was born a slave, beaten so badly he walked with a permanent limp and owned nothing but a rough cloak. At the other end was Marcus Aurelius, the absolute ruler of the entire Roman world, with total control over millions of lives and endless gold. Yet, if you read their private journals, they sound exactly the same. The slave and the emperor used the exact same mental system. Why? Because both men realized a fundamental truth. Without self-control, an emperor is just a slave wearing a crown. But with self-control, a slave can be more mentally free than a king. Look at our modern world today. Most of us aren't in physical chains, but we are still trapped by our own lack of control. We say things the second we get angry, instantly becoming prisoners to our own words. We let minor problems, a rude email, a bad driver, a change in plans, ruin our entire day. We spend money we don't have to buy things we don't need, trying to buy happiness at a store. We let our minds run completely wild, filled with unverified fears and constant anxiety. When you live like this, you aren't running your life. You are just reacting to everything around you. To be truly free, you need a strategy. You need to build strong walls around the four gates where your inner world meets the outside world. Your mouth, your mood, your money, and your mind. If you're ready to take back control, hit that like button. Drop a comment telling me which of the 4 M's you struggle with most, and make sure you're subscribed. Because this journey to self-mastery is just getting started. Share this with someone who needs it. Because real power begins with you. And drop this in the comments. I am the master of my mouth, mood, money, and mind. Gate 1. Master your mouth. Every single word that comes out of your mouth is doing one of 2 things. It is either building your authority, or it is destroying your future. There is no middle ground. Most human arguments happen because of a very simple, dangerous loop. Something happens. You react instantly with words. You get stuck with a permanent consequence. The moment you speak without thinking, you are acting like a machine. Something pushes your button, and you automatically fire an output. You have given up your human ability to think. You aren't in control, your impulses are. The Stoics had a fix for this. They called it building an inner citadel. A mental waiting room where a thought is stopped, questioned, and tested before you let it out into the world. Mastering your mouth means realizing that silence is a massive power move. The founder of Stoicism, Zeno, used to say, "We have 2 ears and one mouth for a reason, so we can listen twice as much as we speak. When you refuse to shout or react with noise, you starve your anger of the oxygen it needs to survive. In any room, the person who can stay silent the longest holds all the power. Think about the damage of speaking too fast. It's not just that you hurt other people or damage relationships. The worst damage is to yourself. Every time you say something in a panic that you regret 5 minutes later, you tell your own brain, "I am weak. I cannot control myself." But when you speak with absolute precision, saying exactly what you mean, calmly and clearly, your words carry massive weight. People listen. They trust you. You become the anchor in the middle of a storm. Here is the tool to fix this. The 3-breath filter. The next time you feel attacked, insulted, or panicked, you are forbidden from speaking until you take 3 deep, slow breaths. Breath 1. Look inside. What emotion is trying to hijack your voice? Label it. Tell yourself, this is anger, this is fear, this is hurt pride. The moment you label it, you separate yourself from it. You aren't the anger anymore. You are just the person watching the anger. Breath 2. Look at the other person. Realize that their rudeness or anger is just a sign of their own messy, uncontrolled inner world. It isn't a statement about your worth. It's a progress report on their lack of self-control. 3. Ask yourself one simple question. What exact words will create the absolute best result here? If no words help, your default setting is absolute, total silence. Try this for 7 days. You will realize that most things you used to say were completely unnecessary and driven entirely by your ego. Close the gate. Gate 2. Master your mood. Most people live their lives like a human thermometer. They walk outside and let the world decide their internal weather. If traffic is smooth and people are nice, they choose to be happy. If someone cuts them off or a client cancels, they instantly drop into a state of rage or sadness. This is a terrible way to live. If your happiness depends on the world behaving perfectly, you have given every stranger on the street a remote control to your feelings. Marcus Aurelius buried 8 of his children. He was betrayed by his best general. He spent years living in a cold, muddy military tent, fighting brutal wars while a deadly plague destroyed his empire. Yet, his journal is filled with absolute calm. He wrote, "Get rid of the story you are telling yourself, and the hurt disappears. And if the hurt is gone, you are fine." A brilliant psychologist named Viktor Frankl, who survived the horrors of a Nazi concentration camp, discovered the exact same law of mental immunity. Between what happens to you and how you react, there is a space. In that space lies your power to choose your response, and in that response lies your growth and your freedom. To master your mood, you must master that space. You need to understand a basic rule of psychology. An event cannot make you angry or sad. An event is just data. Your emotion is caused entirely by the unverified story you tell yourself about that data. For example, a business partner doesn't reply to your urgent text message for 12 hours. The reality is totally neutral. A screen has not updated. But an unmastered mind instantly invents a scary movie. They are screwing me over. They don't respect me. I'm failing. This fake story triggers a real physical reaction. Your heart races, your chest tightens, and your mood turns toxic. You go home and snap at your family. You write an aggressive email. You let an imaginary story ruin your real-world day. The next time something upsets you, use the deconstruction ledger. Stop and ask yourself 3 questions. 1. What are the exact, boring facts? Strip away the drama. What would a security camera see? Example: my partner didn't text back for 12 hours. 2. What is the scary story my brain is making up? Example: they are ignoring me because I'm losing my value. 3. What are 3 other normal reasons this happened? Example: A. Their phone died. B. They are in a long meeting. C. They are taking time to give me a smart answer. By doing this, you instantly drain the anger. You realize you weren't mad at the world, you were mad at a fiction story you wrote yourself. Step out of your own movie. Gate 3. Master your money. Money is the ultimate mirror. How you spend your money doesn't tell us how much is in your bank account. It tells us exactly how secure you feel on the inside. We live in a world designed to make you feel insecure. Advertisements try to make you feel like you aren't good enough as you are. They tell you that if you buy this car, wear this watch, or live in this house, you will finally be safe, respected, and important. When you buy into this, you become a financial slave. You are forced to work long hours to pay for an expensive lifestyle you don't even need, all to impress people you don't even like. Seneca was incredibly wealthy, yet he wrote some of the most powerful anti-consumer tools in history. He saw that the rich men around him didn't own their mansions owned them. They lived in constant fear of losing their status. Seneca realized that true poverty isn't having too little. Poverty is always wanting more. To break this trap, Seneca did something that shocked his rich friends. Every single month, he would spend a few days living like a poor man. He would sleep on a hard floor. He would wear dirty, rough clothes. He would eat nothing but stale bread and drink tap water. He would look in the mirror and ask himself, "Is this the terrible condition I was so afraid of?" This is called preferred indifference. The Stoics didn't think money was bad. Wealth is a great tool. It is better to have money than to be broke because it gives you the freedom to protect your family and control your time. But the trick is to never let your identity get wrapped up in it. Treat money like a wild bird that is temporarily sitting on your hand. Enjoy it while it's there, but be totally fine if it flies away tomorrow. When you buy a luxury item because you had a stressful week, you are trying to use a store purchase to fix an emotional problem. It never works. The excitement wears off in 2 days, your mood goes back to 0, and your brain demands an even more expensive purchase next time to get the same feeling. To fix this, use the 48-hour quarantine. For the next 30 days, you cannot buy anything non-essential without writing down 3 things by hand: the item and the price. Example: new shoes, $200. The honest reason: write down the real emotion you are trying to fix. Example: I felt invisible at work today, and I want to buy these shoes so people think I'm successful. The freeze: wait 48 hours before you tap your card. Step away from the purchase. During those 2 days, you must find a way to get that same feeling of confidence or comfort for exactly $0. If you still objectively need the item after 2 days, buy it. You will find that 80% of your impulse spending disappears the moment you strip away the emotional baggage. You keep your money, and you keep your freedom. Gate 4. Master your mind. Your mind is the ultimate control room. Everything you say, feel, or buy must pass through your brain first. If the control room is empty, your life will turn into total chaos. Most people leave their minds completely unguarded. They let any random worry, bad news story, or fake fear walk right in and take over. They spend hours playing out terrible scenarios in their head, rehearsing arguments that will never happen, or stressing over mistakes from 10 years ago. They don't realize a life-changing truth. You are not your thoughts. You are the person watching your thoughts. The Stoics called this mental gatekeeping. Prosoche. It means standing like a security guard at the door of your own mind, demanding to see the ID card of every thought that tries to enter. Epictetus told his students to look every single thought dead in the eye and say, "Wait a minute. Let me see who you are and where you came from before I let you pass." If you let a negative, anxious thought enter your mind unchecked, it acts like a virus. It multiplies. A single unmonitored thought at 8 in the morning. What if I mess up today? Can poison your whole day. Suddenly you see problems everywhere. To master your mind, use cognitive slicing. You must ruthlessly separate real facts from the drama your brain adds to them. Think about a standard freakout. Your boss emails you and says, "Let's meet at 4 p.m. That is the real, objective fact. It is totally neutral. But an unmanaged mind immediately builds a horror movie. I'm getting fired. My career is over. I won't pay rent. I'll be homeless. Within 3 minutes, you are experiencing real panic over a nightmare that doesn't exist anywhere in the universe except inside your own head. A master cuts that script immediately at step 1. They see the email, keep the fact, and forbid their brain from writing a fictional sequel. They live in the real present, not an imaginary future. Whenever you feel anxious, use the PAR, Fact Isolation Protocol. Grab a piece of paper, draw a line down the middle, and split your brain. Left side, the fact. Write down only what a cold, impartial third party could verify. Example, my boss wants a meeting at 4 p.m. Right side, the drama. Write down the scary story your brain is making up. Example, I'm getting fired and ruined. Now, mentally cross out the right side. Delete it. Look back at the left side. Realize that your body is panicking over an illusion on the right, but you only have to manage the plain reality on the left. Deal only with facts. Protect your gate. These 4 gates do not stand alone. They are all plugged into the same machine. The Stoics called this sympathia, the idea that everything inside you is connected. If you leave one gate open, you break the whole system. Think about the horizontal downward spiral. You leave your mind unguarded at 7 a.m. and start worrying about the future. That bad thought slips through and breaks your mood, making you stressed and angry. By 9 a.m., you walk into a meeting, lose control of your mouth, snap at a coworker, and ruin a big work partnership. By the end of the day, you feel so exhausted and defeated that you open your phone and spend thousands of dollars on a vacation you can't afford, breaking your money gate. One bad thought ruined your mood, your reputation, and your bank account in 12 hours. Now look at the sovereign spiral. A big problem happens. Your mind spots it, but immediately locks the gate against the drama. Because your mind stays calm, your mood stays totally steady. When you walk into the meeting and someone attacks you, you pause, filter your mouth, and deliver a calm, powerful answer that makes everyone respect you. That evening, you feel completely secure, so your money stays safely in your bank account. The world outside didn't change. The problem was exactly the same. The only difference was which system you chose to run on the inside. The Stoics didn't design this system while sitting in comfortable, air-conditioned rooms. They built these tools to survive real-world chaos, plagues, wars, betrayals, and bankruptcies. They didn't expect life to be fair, and they didn't ask for it to be easy. They understood a beautiful, tough concept called amor fati, which means not just accepting your fate, but loving it. They believed that every obstacle, every crisis, and every bad break was the exact raw material they needed to build their strength. Marcus Aurelius put it into one sentence that you should never forget. The obstacle in the path becomes the path. What stands in the way becomes the way. If someone is rude to you, they haven't ruined your day. They have given you a free gym to practice mouth control. If your business model fails overnight, you haven't been destroyed. You have been handed a masterclass to test your emotional stability under heavy pressure. Every bad event is a trade. The world takes away a comfortable situation, but it hands you an immediate chance to grow self-control. The victim complains about what was taken. The master focuses on what they are building. 6 months from right now, you will look back at your life. You will either be the exact same person, struggling with the same reactions, trapped by the same spending habits, and bullied by your own anxious thoughts. Or you will be someone who stood up and guarded the gates. Someone who did the daily, quiet work of building an inner citadel. Someone who handles life with calm power, strategic precision, and absolute internal weight. The world out there will not stop. Markets will change, people will be difficult, and bad breaks will happen. You cannot control the world, but the control room inside belongs entirely to you. Guard your gates. Take back your power. The choice starts with your very next thought.